What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So if you have a Can-Am ATV, it doesn't matter if it's a Renegade, Outlander, they're all pretty much plumbed the same for the fuel link system and all that. If you've noticed, you got an excessive amount of pressure in your fuel tank when you come to a stop, or you hear like a lot of hissing sounds or weird noises. There's a filter, and then there's a one-way valve in the fuel vent line. They can get plugged up, especially if you top off your fuel. Some of the fuel can get spilt out to the vent line, clog the filter, and make it even harder for it to breathe. It's a little bit restricted from the factory to begin with, but as it ages, the machine, those parts get clogged, or they don't work as good, and then you end up with like a hissing sound or like an excessive amount of pressure in your tank. It's gotten to that point here with the Renegade where we come to a stop and you twist off the cap and you can hear the pressure coming out. So I'm replacing two of these pieces here, and they're in the fuel vent line. So they're right here. So what I did was I took the side panels off. You should know how to do that if you have a Renegade. Outlander's a little bit different. I can't help you there. But you get your side panels off. And then I just took a couple screws out for the rear fender, and so I get up over my gas tank so I have room to work here. So this is your vent line. This is gonna run all the way up front, up to where all the other vent lines are on the Can-Ams up under the hood, or on the Renegade anyway, and I think the Outlanders are the same. This is for all the Gen 2 stuff. I don't know if the Gen 3 stuff is any different, but so that's that. We're gonna be replacing this inline filter right here. You'll see that one. We have the new one down there in the package, and then this one-way valve. And that sits pretty much right behind it, so it's right here. So basically, at this point, you're just going to pull the hoses apart, get your fittings off, put the new ones in, make sure you put them in the right direction, and that's it, you're done. Put your plastics back on. Then what we're gonna be doing here on ours is gonna be replacing this rack. She's had this on here since, I don't know, 2 years ago. It's a rough country rack. She would strap cooler to it or what have you. What we bought is the Can-Am Linq system rack specifically for the Renegade. It's about this big, sits a little bit lower, and then you can put the Can-Am accessory boxes on there and all that stuff. So for Christmas, I bought her the Can-Am rack with the Can-Am storage box. And then down the road, whatever other accessories she wants to run on it, she wants to get a cooler, or what have you, you could just mount to the new rack. So I'm gonna get this stuff buttoned up here, and then I'll show you the new rack on it too. I think that's pretty cool. A lot of people I don't see a lot of people with them with the Can-Ams, which is strange. People always asking about storage solutions. I know it's a little bit pricey, but I think it's the best route to go. We tried this one, and it works. You can put stuff on there, bungee cord it down, strap it down. But having the Linq system is nice because you just put the box in, you flip over the lever, locks, it's done. You want to take it off, it's a 2-second process. So get this here all buttoned up, and then we'll get the rack put on, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, guys, so we got the fuel system sorted out. What I ended up doing actually was I ended up eliminating one of the one-way valves, and that's just going to enable the tank to breathe the way it's supposed to. So on these machines, the reason why they do that is so if you roll it over, it's all for government safety. But it just ends up being a headache down the road. You end up with these fuel tank pressure issues. And this is not the only machine that has this. I had I keep saying Can-Am because it's in front of me, but I had a Kawasaki side-by-side, a KRX 1000, and they had fuel tank pressure issues because the one-way valve for venting the tank just doesn't breathe well enough. And end up people replace those. I actually did that, and I had a video of that on my channel as well. But so I limit there's two one-way valves they have in here. One to let air in, one to let air out, and then one of them gets messed up. It doesn't breathe either in or out well, and it's a common problem. So I replaced the filter and I bypassed the one-way valve. So now you'll see the filter's there, and then right before it there was a one-way valve which just enabled it to allow air in. So now we have it where you have the filter there, and what the filter does is so that you have the vent line, and it just doesn't allow dirt into your tank, like dust or anything like that while it's venting. So that's the purpose of the filter. So we replaced that, but then what we eliminated the one-way valve. So now the tank will be able to breathe, whether exhale or inhale, whatever it needs in air, as it needs it. And we're going to take this out for a ride this weekend, and I'll report back to you that it fixed the problem. And I'm 100% confident it will, because it's basically going to work like any other ATV now, which I'll show you here in a minute. And you don't have to worry about like the tube being low and, you know, all that stuff. You may smell gas as it's venting, but you're not going to like leak fuel or anything like that. So this line, the clear line, runs all along, and it goes all the way up to here. If you guys have a Renegade or anything, you know, when you take this hood off, there's about 4 or 5 vent lines that all end up here. And that's for everything that vents on the machine. They run them all the way up top here, so you don't get water and dirt in them. So that's way up there and out of the way. So venting is going to be fine, and tank will be able to breathe. And it's going to be like just like any other sport quad. You have a tank, vent, you have the gas cap, and you have a vent. It allows air in and out as it needs it. And that's how all sport quads are. That's how dirt bikes are. You know, it's the same way. There's no valves that restrict anything. You know, unless you have California green sticker bikes, they have that crap. But if you live anywhere else in the country, that's normal. They just vent, you know, in and out. If you drop the machine or roll it upside down, fuel's going to come out of them. That's the way it is. It's just to let the tank vent properly. So now, basically, what we've done is that's what we've done here on this machine, is we've enabled it to breathe like a normal machine would. It's not an automotive vehicle driven on the street. There's no reason for all the controlled substances and extra parts. It's just nonsense, in my opinion. So we eliminated that, and that should be never a problem for us moving forward. Second thing we're doing here on the machine is, as you see the parts up here, we are installing a new rack. So we had the rough country rack on there, which was nice. We were able to strap down some stuff, but we got the nice Linq system, and we got a storage box for that. So we're going to install that here now. And the way this works is, it comes with these 2 brackets. They're held together with T25s and 10 millimeters. Basically what you need is a T25 Torx and 10 millimeter wrench or socket to put this together. And then this is going to mount right here in the place of the stand where the other rack was, stock locations. They give you spacers and new screws. So we're going to put those in. It's going to install here, and then the rack, the Linq's rack system is going to mount on top of that, and then the box is going to lock onto that, or a cooler, or whatever it is accessory-wise you want to purchase. They have fuel caddies, all kinds of stuff. This really opens up the possibilities of being able to carry all kinds of sorts of things on long trail rides. So we get this partially installed. We'll show you the different steps and phases of it. All right, guys, a little tip. So you're going to want to mount. I mounted the rack on the machine and then realized it was easier to take it back off to do this. So you have to mount these things on here, the Linq mounting system for the different accessories. So there's one that goes on each side like this, right? So you'll see the holes in the bottom, and you have these that are going to come up from the bottom of the rack, and they're going to stick through. I'm doing this with one hand. They're going to stick through like that, and then that's going to slide over it and screw down with these here. It's hard. You probably can if you have really tiny fingers, but once the rack is mounted on the Renegade, it sits just hovering over the edge of the fenders. So it's hard to get those things underneath and then hold them both under there. You could do that, but then you need a second person to line the screws up and these. So if you're doing it by yourself, mount these first, mount it off the machine, and then take the whole rack and mount it onto the mounts on the machine. So let me get this last one installed. Got this one on there, and you'll see the underneath side. I'll show you how they are. And then we'll get this one on, and then we'll get this on the machine. We'll show you how the box goes on and off. Really nice out. All right, guys, installed. So I'll show you how it comes on and off. Super easy, but it doesn't go anywhere. It's nice and secure. I think this is I'll link it in the video description, which box we got. But I think this is the 2.6 gallon or something like that. And then it's lockable. You can put a little lock on it if you're parked someplace. So it's a nice storage box. You can fit a bunch of stuff in there, toe strap, a drink or two, you know, sandwich, some snacks, whatever it is you want to take with you on the trail. It's got a rubber seal around it, so it keeps it dust and waterproof. It's supposed to work pretty good. So it says you keep 11 pounds in this small box. So they have bigger boxes. They have almost 5 gallon boxes. They have like a 7 point something. It's like triple the size of this if you really want to carry a lot of stuff. Then they have a cooler. You can get a smaller cooler, and then you can mount this using the Linq system. You put them on top of the cooler, and then you put this on top of the cooler, or a fuel caddy on top of this, whatever it is you want to do. It's really nice system to have, I think. And getting it on and off is easy if you don't want to have it on. You got this rubber pull strap here. You pull it, unlock it there, and then you just up and out, and that's it. And then you see the two. That's how it would look without the box on the machine. It's very low profile. It's really nice. And you have a lot of versatility now with this too. You don't have to worry about bungee cord and stuff down to makeshift rack. So just stick this on there, and you have the one side of the box is already, it's part of the box, goes underneath. Then this goes down into the rack there. I'm just gonna hold this down with one hand. Show you guys. Locked. Lock the rubber strap on so it don't pop off. It's got a little hook there. And that's it. She's on. So pretty cool. It's gonna come in handy when we're out on the trail, especially all together. Carry some stuff. And then we'll eventually, you know, maybe get a cooler for it or whatnot, but it's kind of to start off with the system. Sometimes my wife will just go out by herself for a ride, and she could take, you know, she likes to take some wipes or, you know, hand wipes or a snack bar or a drink with her, or, you know, jump pack, whatever, just in case. And she could throw her stuff in there and go out on the trail, or if we're all out together, she can carry some stuff, and then I can carry some stuff in my backpack. So it just makes it more versatile, and it's not big and bulky. You don't have a big, huge rack, so it keeps the nice fender look for the Renegade. And you know, this rack is specifically for the Renegade. So there you have it. That's about it with this one. Next updates for this machine are going to be, we want to get it tuned and get a slip-on exhaust on it. Get rid of some of the heat that these Renegades are known to make on your right leg. It helps a lot with that when you tune them and do the exhaust on them. So that'll be the next upgrade on this machine. But she's running strong. I had her for she's 2.5 years now. It's my wife loves it. It's not going nowhere. So we want to kind of expand upon it this year here. So tune in and exhaust, I think, is the next thing that's in store for this. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope this helps somebody. And this is Joe at Odyssey Off-Road. We'll catch you on the next video.